Why do 90% of the Battleground players fail to become good in the game, being utterly dominated by others, never reaching their full potential? Today, I'm going to show you the genius strategy to become universally better at any Battlegrounds game on Roblox, with an addition of a 3-step framework to not fall behind with the 99% of the players. Missing this will only harm you forever. This framework is known as CAR. Know, Assess, Internalize. At first, you have to know your current capabilities. Imagine you're playing an RPG game, heading straight to the final boss will result in immediate death and a game over screen, roasting your skills. Making you realize it's much wiser to know your current stats before heading straight on. Similarly, we'll have to find out what stage of a player you're at. There's only 4 stages a Battlegrounds player can reach. Try to find out which category you belong to. 1. Complete beginner. You don't know what you don't know. 2. Learning adept. You know what you're doing wrong. 3. Adaptive demon. You know what to learn, but it takes focus and effort. 4. Flawless. You can do everything without thinking at all. Understanding your current rank in the game will help you know what to actually improve, helping us know the strategy we'll use. The next step is knowing what to learn. You'll have to grasp the fundamentals of whatever system your Battleground has. This is where beginners make 90% of their mistakes. They focus on cool, flashy moves, disregarding the basics and often just being kill farmed until they quit the game. It's time to make sub-skills. Every large skill can be deconstructed into smaller sub-skills, which upon being compounded and merged with others, help you grasp the fundamentals and have a mastery over them. Telling someone to improve their side dashes is far more vague than telling them to delay their M1s in the dash to actually hit the opponent. There you just deconstructed what a side dash is to its basic cores and improved it. Making sub-skills are actually far easier than you think. Every Battleground game can be comprised of 5 factors: dashing, blocking, movement, combos, externals. Knowing this, we can strategize what to practice, what to improve, and what to cover to actually get good. Bringing us to assessment. The approach of assessment is to self-engineer your style rapidly. By leveraging deliberate practice, you mercilessly improve each session you take. Firstly, we find a problem. Yes, not something cool or interesting, a problem you have. It doesn't have to be anything deep or incomprehensible, just something basic you're struggling with. Let's take movement as a problem. You're in the learning adept stage, knowing what you're doing wrong, that being having predictable movement. Recording your gameplay and playing it back, you notice your enemies tend to often catch you easily, giving you a vague idea you're doing something wrong in the movement category. Now, with that problem, you head over to YouTube and see someone better than you move. Watch it carefully, noticing what they are doing, internalizing and reasoning it with yourself. Afterwards, get into a game, copy paste their gameplay, forget whatever other things you have in your head and just try to copy how they play. At first, it will be tough, useless, or even dramatic looking, but over time, you develop the reasoning and understanding, which leads to creating your own style that's adapted to your own, bringing you closer to the adaptive demon rank. The key in deliberate practice is A. Find your blind spot/weakness. B. Target it mercilessly. C. Forget everything until it's mastered. Each factors of a Battleground game can be divided into 3 sub-skills each. Take notes here as you may forget what you're lacking. Dashing, side dash variations, front dashing variations, back dashing variations. The word variation stands that they all can be broken down into more sub-skills to create. Like, to improve dashing, you focus on side dashes. To improve side dashes, you focus on hook dashes. You dig deeper on YouTube, seeing other players and noting how they play. Blocking, reactive blocking, predictive blocking, M1 catching. Movement, unpredictable factors, swiftness in combat, strafing. Techniques, combo, techniques, mixing, adaptive combos. Externals, fundamentals in your own game, logical theory behind X, sub-skill, understanding player mindsets. Now with all of this knowledge, you find out your weakness. Watch other players play without that holding them back. copy it to your gameplay. Practice it until it's the only thing you know. You'll learn that specific sub-skill in a short period of time. There's no practice in the world which is good without self-assessment. You must be merciless, asking yourself questions on how you're doing. Some people are unaware of anything, everything around them even, not even present with their mind. They wouldn't even realize they're being kidnapped to play the Squid Games until they actually reach the place. Then say, I'm not gonna play the game, because they're not even aware of what they're doing wrong. That's why I've created the main questions for you. Write these down somewhere or save this part of the video, as you'll need it for the rest of your life playing a Battleground or engineering any other rapid skill growth. What is the cause of this mistake? Did you make a mistake in strategy or the method you chose to follow? Did you make a mistake in execution? What should have you done differently? Were there any warning signs you missed? Did you make any assumptions? Has making this mistake revealed any blind spots or skills you need to practice more? Did this mistake reveal a character trait like hubris or inflexibility that's holding you back? How will you do things differently moving forward so this doesn't happen again? If you saw someone else making a similar mistake, how do you advise them? Bringing us to the last step of this framework, internalize. Practicing is something that will make you an expert at the present moment, but actually interacting with the activity and understanding what you're actually doing will set you up for the future. If I were to tell you to remember the word atramentus, something you've never heard of in your life, the chances are you'll remember it for the present moment. But just in an hour or two, it's gone from your memory. But if I were to make you understand it by saying, his mind drifted with atramentus thoughts, everything was dark and heavy due to his suffering. And next, if I were to tell you what the word actually means, which is ink black, deeply dark or shadowy, see how you'll remember better because you understood it. That's how you should think from now on. Always being curious behind the logic of how things work. The method of understanding deeply is fairly simple, and I don't get why others are too ignorant about it. Let's say you're trying to learn a technique. For example, it's the true down slam. At its surface, you just jump and do the third M1. Basically just that, nothing else. But if you were to interrogate yourself, watch what happens. So we jump at the third M1. Why do we have to jump? Oh, to make the down slam quicker. But what's the point of that? Oh, the third M1 lets us make the stun long enough to continue the combo. But why from this range? Oh, because the head is higher up than the shoulder, aiming at the head increases your accuracy. But why? Because that's it. There's nothing else to question. See how by just self-interrogating yourself, you manage to understand it? Whatever you're unable to explain, break it down into the fundamental steps to rectify it. Being able to break down something to its simplest form shows knowledge and understanding. You can do it for any technique, movement, dashes, blocking, even externals of the game. It's a universal technique pro athletes use for rapid skill acquisition in sports. While I have converted it so you can use it in any game, internalize yourself with deep comprehension. Now, you know how the Kai framework for rapid skill development works. When you master a certain skill, there's a good chance someone else has also mastered it. Instead of seeking to distinguish yourself based on statistical probabilities, one solution is the concept of skill stacking. Instead of relying on being in the top 1% of a certain sub-skill, shoot instead to be in the top 5 to 15% in 3 skills. Aim to skill stack abilities that align with each other's, making them your core strength. This compounds over the weeks into making you a true flawless player, and the only person you can thank for is me. Now that you know the framework, you'll forget it within the next 10 minutes unless you practice it right now. Try it out watching this video. Learn any technique within just 20 minutes and you'll remember it forever.